Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today starts a new beginning for my toy room and my toy focus. I think every collector comes to a point in his life where you look around and you're like, oh, there's just too much stuff. What do I do with it? And I've come to that point. And I've also come to the realization that I can't keep getting pieces and parts from this collection or from this toy franchise, whatever. Because I hate it. I hate to say this, but I have this completist mentality, and I have to get one of everything. And it makes it hard when you like DC Multiverse, you like Star Wars Black Series, you like G.I. Joe Classified, you like Mythic Legions, you like, you name it, whatever the toy line is, Transformers, whatever. It makes it tough because there's only so much money to go around and you can't buy it all. And I know that when I do stick to one particular franchise, I'm not going to buy it all. But to me, in my head, the weird way it is, when I set up the collection, it's gonna look better. It's gonna make me feel better when I walk in here. It's gonna make me happier when I come in here to just look at the toys, spend time in here, reading, doing whatever, and I look around and I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. It's just better for me, better for my wife, because she wants me to stick to one thing instead of just buying all kind of stuff. The purpose of this video is to say, hey, yeah, I'm probably not gonna be buying as many different toys and going in as many different directions. You know, I used to be strictly DC, and then some of the Marvel Legends, some of the G.I. Joe Classified started sprinkling in, and then the Star Wars stuff, and then Action Force when Valaverse did their thing, and then Mythic Legions, and then Eagle Force, and you know, whatever else. When I started going to Joe Fest and I was exposed to even more. Now, here, let me say this. I still have lots of stuff on pre-order. Lots of stuff that's not specific to the franchise that I want to continue collecting. And when I get some of that stuff, yeah, I'll do some reviews, like the Savage Crucible stuff. Yeah, I've got a few of those figures coming in from the Kickstarter. Hopefully they ship soon, and we'll get them in the review booth when they do come. But for right now, I think it's time to kind of start fresh, kind of clear the deck and start anew. I have a new perspective on stuff in the room, like display shelves in the room, and what I could do with that space. And I think that I'm kind of going towards Star Wars. You know, Star Wars has always been there. It was the first action figure toys that I collected as a kid. And while I never really stopped collecting toys, even through high school, I was the guy who collected toys. When Power of the Force 2 came out in '96, that really just re-energized that whole thing, and I started buying stuff like crazy. And I was a Star Wars collector until 2002, 2003, right before Revenge of the Sith. Not to say I didn't like Revenge of the Sith. It was just, I don't know why, other things like Toy Biz Marvel Legends started coming out, and I was like really looking at those, and Bowen Designs with their mini statues and mini busts. I was enthralled with that, and it sort of took the focus away. I just want to go back. I want to go back to a simpler time, knowing I'm not interested in all of this stuff. I just stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. So, what this video is about, I'm going to show you my room tour. It's the end of phase 1 of the toy collection, I guess. And it's going to start, we'll start phase 2 in a little while, as soon as I get all of this cleaned out. Now, what do I plan on doing with all this? Sell it. Basically, I'm going to sell it. Got a Mercari page. I'll put a link in the description of the video to my Mercari page. I'll throw it up there. Buy it, make an offer, do whatever. Eventually, it's all going to be on there. And, you know, this is a monumental task, getting all this stuff to Mercari loaded. So bear with me as I do that. I appreciate everybody that's sort of been watching my YouTube channel for the past, since COVID started, basically, is when I started. And I appreciate all the viewers, all the subscribers, all the supporters. Thank you. So let's close out phase 1 of my toy collection with a room tour of, it's kind of a mess. as you can see, it's kind of a mess. So coming up the stairs to the man cave. Before we go in there, we'll make a pit stop into this room. And remember, everything is just, it is crazy unorganized. As you can see, there's just a lot of junk everywhere. This is sort of, but not kind of, all my Star Wars stuff. There is other figures in that doohickey right there that I don't have pulled out, and it's my fault. There's no real rhyme or reason why some of this stuff looks the way it does. Just totally on me. Posters back there. Lots of stuff. So as we walk out of that room, we come into the main room here, the main toy room, I like to call it. And as you can see, this is where lots of stuff, this is where the magic happens. There is quite a bit of stuff on display. Now, all these Billy bookcases from IKEA used to be filled with a bunch of McFarlane stuff, a bunch of DC Multiverse stuff, and I've sort of started and stopped putting, changing out the display with whatever my fickle collecting mentality has just told me to do. Again, it's one of the reasons I'm doing this video, just to kind of let you see what's before I change up everything, before this whole thing goes bye-bye. Well, not all of it, but a good chunk of it. What's crazy about this is, all the G.I. Joes come with so many accessories. I have all the accessories. They're in little bags. I think they look better without all the accessories, so that's why they don't have the accessories. Same thing here with the moderns, and the moderns are just ridiculous. Just more stuff here. I didn't realize how much that book is worth right now. Apparently it's going big time. I saw it for $175 at Toylanta this week. I'm like, whoo, maybe I should sell mine. And I might do that. As you can see, my lone Mentone card with the yellow bubble vintage Star Wars figure. Okay, here comes some junkier stuff. Here's a lot more junkier stuff. So lots of stuff here that goes, lots of stuff right here goes to making videos. It's just kind of where I throw my scrap. See this cool Man of Steel DVD thing that I'm probably going to get rid of. This used to be a home theater room, so if you're wondering, oh look, there's a screen, there's a projector in here. And as soon as the projector died, this room just became YouTube studio. So here's like my YouTube setup. Stuff that I have on Macari, minus the playset thing there. And again, a lot of this is going to go on Macari. Looking at this side of the room. Whew. Yes, I've got a lot of stuff to sell on Macari. Lots of stuff. Lots of cool stuff, though. I mean, like some of these 9.8s, while they may not mean much to some people, like those are some of the first comics I ever bought. And those are not the ones that I actually had, but I bought 9.8 versions of them just for memories. You can see this is a Calyx from IKEA. You can see how this just is a mess. And of course, here's a buttload of classified Joes still in package that need to go somewhere. Over here, same thing, boatload of Super 7 stuff, Thundercats, Silverhawks, Transformers, a lot of it going away. I'm gonna put on Mercari. Lots of more Super 7, Toy Biz, there's my Superpowers, Batmobile, some of those guys, lots of Mattel Masters of the Universe figures. Here we go, lots of loose DC stuff over here. A whole box full of loose. Most of that's DC Direct and DC Universe Classics loose. A lot of McFarlane figures that are loose. And again, all of these are complete. I went to rearrange a shelf and I put them all right here. I've got to do a better job going forward. And that's what I want to do. I want to have a nice setup. So part of the idea here is to take one last look at the current setup that I have and do a focus collection. That's what I want. That's really what I want to do, is have a kind of a focus on one particular franchise or something I focus my money on, because, well, you know, my wife gets mad because I willy-nilly spend. I'm a collector. That's what I do. Sorry. And it would be better if I could just focus on one thing. Here's where as you come in, even more stuff, comics, lots of stuff, cool artwork over there, Masters Universe figures over there, little Transformers, little weird things here and there, a box for the Thunder Tank, and of course some other cool stuff, Larry Hamill signed stuff, just lots of McFarlane DC Multiverse accessories up in there. It's crazy. I know I have a problem. Here are all my vintage Star Wars figures. Oh, look, there's the Snowtrooper I bought at Toylanta. God, man, I tell you, this, looking at it now kind of makes me sick, because it's like, look at how much money you spent, and really just this weird amalgam of toys and action figures that don't really amount to much here. And you see they're sort of everywhere. Just everywhere. Lots of G.I. Joe stuff over here too. G.I. Joe stuff up there. I think this top shelf, as soon as I get that cleaned off, that's where my Razor Crest is going to go. And that's it. That's kind of the collection tour. But again, I wanted to get this in a video so that posterity, so I could go back and look at it again one day. All right, guys. So you got to look at the room tour, and sorry you had to see the state of the collection where everything's just everywhere and it looks like a hoarder. I'm going to fix that, because the new Star Wars collection, when I start it, everything is going to look great. I'm already printing out a ton of the display stands that go in these Billy cases so that we can make everything look nice and neat. How long it's going to take, I don't know. Printing these things out, just printing out one, which you can see is right up there at the top. Woo, it takes a few days, and printing out all the bases for it and everything. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like after the transformation. So I hope you guys stick with me. I hope you continue to keep watching. Again, there will be other things than Star Wars on the channel this reviewed from time to time. But I hope you really enjoy the output that I'll be giving over the next months, years, whatever. All right, guys. Leave your comments below. Let me know if you like what you saw, or if you think I'm a hoarder, or just anything in general. Doesn't matter. You won't hurt my feelings. All right, everybody. God bless.